We're doing Unit 7A, and the first question, and by the way, this has to do with probability and odds and the multiplication principle, but the first question asks us, a restaurant offers pizzas with 3 types of crust, 5 different toppings and 4 different sizes. How many different pizzas could be ordered? Well, we're going to use the multiplication principle, and you can find that on page 420. And to do that, we multiply 3, because that's the types of crust, times 5 different toppings, times 4 different sizes, and the product is 60. So that's selection B. Now for 2, a die with 6 sides is rolled. What is the probability of rolling a number less than 5? Well, on a die, there's 4 numbers less than 5, and there are a total number of 6 sides, so 4 over 6 reduces to 2/3, so A is our selection, and you can find that information on page 418 and page 422. Probability is the number of successes over the total number of possible events. So for 3, you count 55 heads when you toss a coin 100 times. If you don't know whether the coin is fair, what is the probability that the next tossed will be heads? Well, we've got to use empirical probability, just whatever evidence we have. And so that's going to be the probability is 55 divided by 100, which in decimal form is 0.55, and that's selection C. And you can read more on that on page 419. Now, for 4, you are dealt 1 card from a deck of 52. Find the probability that you are not dealt a 6. Well, there's 4 6s in a deck, so if you take out all the 6s, you'll have 48 cards left, and the probability will be 48 divided by 52, which reduces to 12/13, and that's selection C. And please read up on that on page 418. Now, for number 5, we are given all the outcomes when 2 fair dice are rolled, and there's 36 events which are equally likely. And here they are, all possibilities. Find the probability distribution for the product of 2 numbers that appear when 2 fair dice are rolled. And so here is that probability distribution. When you get a product of 1, if 1 comes up each time on the 2 dice, 1 times 1 is 1. What's the probability? 1 over 36. It only occurs once. And probability of 2 comes up. Well, that's if you go to your table and find the products. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2, I beg your pardon. And that comes up twice, and 2 over 36 is 1/18. And what's the probability? A 3 comes up. Well, the only way we're going to get that is 1 times 3 or 3 times 1, and those incidents or outcomes occur twice out of 36 possible outcomes, so that reduces to 1/18, and so on. And here's our table. And verify that by checking out the product and the different ordered pairs that occur in this table. So number 6, find the odds for drawing an ace when a card is drawn at random from a normal deck of 52 playing cards? Well, the odds are the number of successes over the total number of outcomes minus the number of successes. You'll see that on page 424. And so we have 4 sixes out of 48 cards left in the deck after the sixes are removed, and that reduces to 1/12 or 1 to 12, and that selection is B. And again, look at that on page 424. Now for 7, we've got to find the probability that a randomly selected student in the school has 2 siblings. Round your answer to the nearest thousands. Well, here's the number of siblings, and 2, and the frequency is 123, and the total number of students in the school is 654. So the probability is 123 divided by 654, which reduces to, or in decimal form, is 0.188, and that's selection C. And finally, Chantal noted that there are 2 equally likely outcomes when you flip a fair coin, and heads is one of those outcomes. She concluded that the probability of getting heads on a flip of a fair coin is 1/2. Well, she's using theoretical probability, and that's B, a theoretical method. And we're done.